Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. So we're doing poinsettia petals. I have a couple little samples sitting here. This one I didn't make a card. I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do this for Wednesday because there's so many more ideas in my head. I have 4 cards, so if I want to get them done, plus show you like at least that technique of watercoloring, I better get moving. So a lot of these, like this one, I use the dies, and I want to show you, well, I am going to be doing it anyway. Like these, on the other ones, you have to be very careful when you do it to give them some oomph. Like I did rip a couple petals off today. It was fun. Not. This one I just kind of lifted and did that. But this is on shimmery white because you can watercolor on that. So before I get going, I am going to show you that. And we will use... Now I also used brown to stamp with, because when you're using alcohol ink, you can use the blends or whatever alcohol ink you use. And then I colored them different ways, so you'll see in my sample, but I did come up with a way I like better. Like you can color these like the veins like you would a leaf, but I did that in my sample, but I like this much better. Oh, this is the one I'm watercoloring. Duh. Okay, so we need red, because we're going to make this variegated. And we need pear pizzazz. Ooh, we got plenty of that. Let me just try and get a little bit more. Although I can just touch the pad. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then I work with, like, keep your rag by you so, like, it doesn't get too wet. The other thing you can do, and then you don't have to worry about using too much water, is if you emboss. So I'm just going to put like a little bit of water down and then kind of dry it off. So it doesn't matter which end you start at. If you get too much, you know, you can blot it, but I clean it off each time. And then, you see, that's a lot of water. And I did a lot more fussy cutting than the dies because I didn't want the white edge. Let's get that drier. So there's water enough like on the card now. So we're just going to bring that, and then I'm going to go back and grab some green and then let them touch each other a little bit. And then you can drag some into the green or put a little bit of green into where you have the red. You can let that dry and then go back and do more. But that's how I did that. And then if you want like to get a lot more, I would dip it in there and then, oh, you can't even see, and then put it on my pad to get a little bit darker of color. And if you're going to fussy cut it, don't worry if it goes out. So that's how I did the variegated one that I'll make a card for Wednesday. So that's kind of fun, and you can use your shimmery white for that. And that'll come out like that. And even after it's totally dry, if you want to make it darker, you can add more ink to it. Because your ink will always dry a little bit lighter. Okay, so let's go with the first card. And should I do the hardest first? I think so. I think so. And I don't know why I put that in there. Maybe, oh, I know, because I was going to color. This is the one I'm going to color different. So this has all kinds of pieces already done. And I use the Tasteful Textile folder for that piece. And you'll see on this one, like, I changed the color. So it's going to be, you know, just a little bit different, because that's fun to do. This one I use the dies, and these I fussy cut. And then I'll tell you the dimensions of everything in a minute. So I'm going to take this, oh, I didn't even have to, oh yeah, because I'm doing it in the brown. Now the original one I did in black. I think I cleaned it. So I'm using soft suede. May as well stamp another one. And clean this. Doo-doo! Okay, so what I have is dark cherry cobbler and dark poppy parade. Hey Lou! Hi Kathy! Hi Trevor! Alright, so starting at the base, I'm using the dark cherry cobbler. Then I'm going to take the dark poppy parade. I know that's so confusing because I have one of each. So instead of coloring the veins and making it like this one to me came out like very heavy using the blends. So now to get them to blend, again, you're going to do those circles. Now if you want to bring out like a little bit more, say you want to go and have a little bit of this section, you know, the color coming out, just go back in, put a little bit more, and then go back and blend it with the lighter one. So I'm going to go like around there. And I'm not going to fussy cut on camera, but most everything I did, I fussy cut. Because why not? This is an easy one to fussy cut. The easy ones, they give us dies, and some of the hard ones that we have to fussy cut. Psh. So then just fill all that in. And then do your little circular number there. You can even do the whole thing in the, oops, in the light, doesn't matter because it's going to get fussy cut. I don't have to oops. What's the word you say the most on your lives? So, and oops. Whenever I edit, I'm like, oh my goodness, how many times did I say so? So that's blended pretty well. And that always gets a little bit lighter. And then for that center, I use 3 colors. So I started with Daffodil Delight, dark. Oh, I left a little spot there. And just like tapped it. Then I took dark So Saffron and did the other spot. I'll put a little yellow in there. Then I came back with Dark Mango Melody, and right over where I put the daffodil. So if I use the Dark Mango on its own, it was too orange, but using it in combo, you got the shading much better. So that's how that comes out if you're going to color it that way. And that's how it comes out if you're going to do it like the veins, like I did this one that way too. And I just, yeah. But these, and stamping it in the brown makes a very big difference too. Okay, so, I do have Mossy Meadow, okay. So let's put this one together. There's all the measurements that I just covered up, because I'll never remember. Okay, so your card base is 10 by 5.5. So you're going to do it the other way on the paper and then cut off a little bit, an inch. Then you're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 8.5. Okay, so that's going to give you a fold like that. This piece is 1 1/4 by 5.5. So it's going to have a border there. So let's put that together. So we're going to wiggle that in there. Right? Then the poinsettia paper. So that's going to go on the front of the card. And that's 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to go there. Okay, so then this pieces, so your crumb cake one, I got to do this right, the bottom one is 3 by 3 3/4. Then the middle piece is 2 7/8 by 3 5/8, and your top piece is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. So I'll leave that here if you want to copy any of it. Then, now where did I put it? Oh, on the floor. Oh. Okay, so then I took the detailed trio punch and did the corner rounder. And remember, like, I know in the beginning, I always tried to punch it here thinking that's how it's going to go, but you still have to punch it in the middle. So I did opposite ends. And it just fits right in there. And then here. Okay, so I can put that away. This one I already did, so that's going to go on the inside. I'll probably be sorry that I'm gluing it before I stamp it. And I usually don't stamp the inside of my cards. I know a lot of people do, but And I sell them blank too. And people kind of like that. If they don't have to buy them again. That's what I say. Okay, so let's glue these together. So then that'll be ready. So these are only like 1/8 of an inch different. Yeah. Just didn't want to do that backwards. You know, I almost wasn't buying this set. And then my friend Tony did a little video with hers and I went, yeah, okay. I gotta get it. Okay. So now I thought I cut 3. I was going to do 3 instead of 2 like I did on that one. But that's fine. Like I always say, that's fine. Alright, so let's see. Do I have another one out here? That'll work. That's going to go on the inside. So I just want to give it a little bit of an edge so it has some dimension. Okay, so that's ready. I can get rid of this. Well, I'm going to need it in a minute. Alright, so let's do these real fast and without ripping them. So you just need to go once on each one. But try to hold it there so that you don't rip them off. One of them, it's probably on that one that I just glued it back because it was an underneath petal. I was like, no. Okay, then you're going to take like something foamy and where'd it go? Let's try this because my other thing is missing. And then just watch water like bubble out of it. Just push that in the center of each one. And that also makes it a little easier to glue. So then we're going to put, how did I get ink all over me? So you don't even have to color like the insides, but I got carried away. And then we're going to do this one. Get off. Okay, so then we're going to take a couple of these and 3 should do it. Doo-doo. That's going to go right there. Then Happy Holidays. Something just fell off my desk. It's going to go right there. And then we're going to take those . So the pointier end is actually the back. So So we're just going to slide one into there. And because you don't have the whole thing glued out, you know, glued down, I mean, it's pretty easy to slide them in. And then you have that one. And if you want to wiggle them down a little bit. See, I could have put another one there. Okay, so then this is going to be the holder of that. So what you do is you make sure you do this on the correct side. It's going to be on that side. And you put like 2 rows. And then we're going to pick those off. What happened was I thought it was sitting here too. Bob's daughter, boyfriend, and son came this weekend, so I was moving things around the spare bedroom, and I came across this card that I did last year before I moved down here, like a Christmas card. So that's what holds it, and it's easy to put it back. So I went, ooh, let me redesign that. So let's see, I guess we'll stamp it in the same green. Okay, please be straight, please be straight. Down a little lower. Yay! So there's probably something in the set that you can also put in the corner, but I'm not. Oh yeah, there's a little flower. Yeah, but I'm not going to do it. But there is, oh no, it's a die. It's a small die. Well, you could do the sprig, but I'm not. So yeah, so way 2 is nicer than way 1 to color. I think it just looks more realistic, especially with the brown. So that's card number 1. Let me not put them on a dirty stamp. I don't think I'm using that one again, so I can shove it over here. Okay, card number 2. So for this card, we went a little gold. So here is that card. So these were just cut, no stamping involved, except for the Merry Christmas. And I'm only going to do a little bit because I don't want, like, I really didn't do it on that one. Like, I don't want to, like, squish it. And I think it looks fine flat. I don't want to knock out the impression. So I'll do what I did to the other one and just flick them around. Okay, so this came from Nature's, oh, Gail, I forget the name of it. Well, you get the idea. It's one of those background things. And I never care if all the things don't fall out, because it actually makes it easier to glue. So that's going to go down first. because I just kind of lightly put glue all over it instead of having to use a sponge. And if you use your tape runner, it shows. And then the rest of these will just fall out. If they're going to fall out, they're going to fall out. Okay, so these are like half inch strips, so that you don't have to use so much. And this paper is so pretty. So all I did was put a little bit of ink on the edge, and then I carefully, one at a time, guesstimated, get out of there. And then we're going to do the other side. Woo! Hi, Judy. Hi, Mickey. And then we're going to do this one. And just guesstimate so they kind of look the same. And I got glue on the front. Okay, so now that is going to go in the middle. That bothers me. The edges of paper when they look shreddy. Okay. So we're going to glue this down in the middle. Oops. And yep, just guesstimate. Now, I found with these that they don't stick because of the finish on them. They take a little longer to dry. So I may not do too much fluffing. See, pops right up. So you got to hold it longer than you think. That's what you call coordination when you can't do two things at once. I'll put a little bit, go a little bit further. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay. So glue dots would be the answer, I do believe. But we'll fake it right now, and then we'll use a glue dot for the centerpiece. Ooh, that's a big one. That's too big for that. Ooh, that came out of my... Oh, here's the regular one. Yeah, it's not going to stick that way. Well, we'll put this little sucker on. And then I might wipe off the glue. Yes, glue dots are the answer. Unless you have a lot of time to let it sit, like I did this morning. And I wasn't even, like, really thinking. Alright, so let's put a little bit of... There should be enough left on this. That's the other side. Isn't that the one I just used? No, I used this. Oh good, that was the back. Woohoo, I got lucky. Come on, be enough on there. I'm in a lazy mood. Okay. Carefully. So while that's still resting, we'll go ahead, move that over there. So this is a little bit bigger than a half. A little bit. Like a line. And we're going to take Merry Christmas with our Versamark. And I'm going to turn it the right way. And stamp it. Only cut one. You better be right. Oh, I have another side. Let's do that again. I'm going to pull it all the way down here. Now the Y is off, but you know what? I don't care. Whoa. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, I'm lucky. Because I forgot to use my little de-static. The Embossing Buddy. Hi, Alice. Did you use small glue dot? Yeah, that's what I used. Okay, so what I think really made this was I took soft suede, dark, and see why I don't like really color with these? You see what that looks like? It's really annoying that it's so shredded. But this is what made this come to life. This green ink on my hand is bothering me. Okay, isn't that pretty? Let's use this one. No saggy bits. And so that's going to go right there, maybe a little lower, right there. So I'm not going to do a lot of adjusting on this, still give it time to, but it'll stick to the paper. So we've got that. I'm not pressing down on it yet. Let's get these ready. So we're going to put one there. One, glue. One there. Could have even put 4 and pop that one in. And then I can press down on that. So then once you know it's all dry, you can like pop it up. But you know what? It's going to get flat in the envelope anyway. I'm trying to hold on to it. Like just fluff them a little bit. And there it is. I hope they come out with more background stamps like dies like that. I love those. Okay, so the next one, and this one I'm going to use glue dots because it'll do the same thing. And I just dropped a petal. Where'd it go? There it is. It blends into my carpet. Okay, so that is the card. And these, I didn't even use any of the ribbon from the suite. This is gold cards and envelope. These envelopes are really pretty. I was even thinking it using that as a background, but then I wouldn't have an envelope for the card. So why do I have 2? Oh, one's for the duh. Sometimes. Okay. So this is really, really simple. Once you do this, like they're going to just go right there on the card. This, let me put this under it. So I took a green marker. That I guess I put away. So I will use light old olive. Let's see if this side is decent on this one. So sometimes you color from the back. Sometimes you color right on the front. If you're using regular markers, you really want to go from the back because that doesn't dry as fast as this does. But even this, it takes a little bit. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Merry Christmas. And that's also, oh, not going to forget this time, Embossing Buddy. Embossing Buddy. I absolutely am in love with this set. Absolutely. There's just so many techniques to do with it. Different looks. It goes like with everything. Oh, I need the paper. It's a little windy in here. Okay. So now we're going to use glue dots on this one. Oh, interesting. And I'm going to do like 3. So that's going to go there. I don't want to set it down because there's a little bit in between. And these I'm going to curl this way. Couple back. Forgot one. Okay, so now since it's glue, I mean it'll stick to the paper, so we'll be fine with that. And then we got these. Oh, I made the other ones a little greener. So simple. Oh, simple says. Simple Simon. Oh, where'd it go? Buried. It's here. All right, so these are the little, oh no, that's the sequins. Here it is, right in front of me. Wishka moishka. So this were also, because that took forever. That did not want to stick with the glue at all. So I'm going to put a glue dot under each of them. Come off. And then put it right there. And if any of it is sticking out, oh, it's not really. So there it is. They're pretty quick to do. Okay. Oop, let's put those with those. And then for the last card, dun dun dun, there it is. And we're using that same gold paper. So this was just embossed on cherry cobbler. Like, look how pretty that is. Just as it is. So this is the other paper in the suite. It's like a velvety. Put this through a folder, this piece. So you're starting with your card. Then this is just going to get glued down. So I just kind of went where some of these were because you won't see through it. You won't even see it around the edges if you put it there too. Because I did this through a folder as well. Not a folder, a die. Alright, so we've got that. Then this I cut down a little bit more than I normally do. So this is, there goes that, stay. This is 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, this is 4 3/4. Okay, it was even. The other one was all the by 3.5. Yeah. And I'll put it on the website tonight when I put it on YouTube. Because I know the other one I'll get a lot of questions. Okay, so that's down. And then these, we're going to do that tricky thing again. It's so like elegant on the cherry cobbler. I mean, I suppose this is going to get all flattened out when it goes through the postal, unless you, I think if you put extra postage on it, maybe they automatically don't put it through. Oh no. Whoa. That's not what I used before. You want something that is a little bit flatter. But it sure does make them easier to glue. They just kind of sit right into each other. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this one, Barbara, for for Wednesday. I might have used it all up. But I just like envision like so many more cards with this. All right, let's get them. Get back in line. Behave yourself. Do, do, do. Okay, so now I need that green, other green sponge. Yeah. So this is the shaded spruce, and this is the just jade. All right, so basically we're going to be doing the same thing with the tucking and the... So I'm going to do... Get back there. One, 2, and 3. Okay, and then these, well, let's do it this way. We're going to put these down first. I did the wrong side. It's fine. Ugh. I'm so glad that fell that direction. So we've got one. Something tells me I used the smaller on my original one. But I have a fix for that. Doop doop, scissor. Operation Boink. Yeah, baby. And the same thing is going to happen there. Oh, just a little bit. So I'm only going to take a little off of there. And stick it. It did. It stuck to me. I got an idea. Now I can do the balance beam or the bars or something. Okay, so we're going to trim some off of these. And then there's that little stubborn piece. May as well get it all out. And I may as well cut them all at the same time. Ooh, it went flying. So just a few little drops. And then slide them in right on top of each leaf. So you definitely want on the back. The top doesn't matter as much. And there. Stop sticking to me. Oh, I got scared. I thought I put it upside down. Okay, so then we have this little piece. Yes, little piggy. Someday I'll learn how to use my tweezers. Stay. Okay, now for the last part. Thank you. Did that just come off on my finger? Yep. Well, I've had enough of you. That's the big one again. I've had those for years, and like I never use them. And I don't know how they ended up on my desk. Now you'll stay. Glue dot to the rescue. Okay, so now we're going to take the Happy Holiday again. Now I thought I wasn't using that again. Like, so who knows where it went. So got to clean it, which I might have done. Then we're going to grab, I think, the Cherry Cobbler. Real red Cherry Cobbler. I put it away. One more tap for good luck. Yeah, because that's going to get kind of tucked in. Right there. Right there, and pray. Because I'm pretty sure that the other one I put down more, so alright, it'll work. Now I should have one more sponge out here that has a little bit of, that's got yellow. Or maybe I did, what did I do on that one? I did green. We're good. We're good. But I think I probably need more green on it. No? Yes? No? It's right in front of me. What is that, like the mad scientist? I'm like the mad stamper. Yeah. Okay, so now I want that at an angle. I really want that to roll over a little bit, but it's not gonna. So, nope, it's gonna go like that. Oh, you know what I did on that one? I know what I did. I put glue on the one end. Sometimes I like to do that. Just raise like part of it. Yeah, that's the ticket. But somehow I messed up on that. It's still good. It's still good. Happy holidays. So there was the original one. So that should have been down a little bit more. So there they are. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do some more of these for Wednesday. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Yep, mad stamper. That's me. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here with me tonight, and I will be back on Wednesday with some more cards with the poinsettia. Hopefully my brain will remember what's in there, and and I'll see you all then. I don't have to even say my motto because we know what I'm gonna do. So good night, everybody. Thanks again.